Mbappe said, I will not take that penalty today and I will still score to show you guys I'm the best player in the world. And he proved it. 69th minute in the game, I've not scored. Oh, I'll panic, I might not score today. He said, don't worry. Whether it's the 90th minute, I will still score. To kill your rubbish agendas. Since he came to La Liga, agenda upon agenda. After he killed everything now, he's a penalty merchant. Mbappe. Vinicius, thank God you scored though. That was a close miss, but Vinicius, what a performance from him today. 2 goals, he's dribbling, like everything looks back with him. Mbappe goal and assist today. A dominant performance from Real Madrid to go back top of the league. Temporarily, it may be because if Barca wins their game tomorrow, they go back to the top. But it's a dominant performance. Although there were parts of the game where Villarreal could have come back. In fact, in the first half, there was a 1v1 that this player missed. I've forgotten his name. I was like, what are you doing, brother? You are the Santiago Bernabeu. You have to take those chances. That is why I think transition defending has to improve from Real Madrid. The midfield can be easily bypassed at times. And I think with the introduction of Camavinga slowly back into that midfield, I think Real Madrid will improve because there was one time on transition, so it was in like the 85th minute, Camavinga just did one beautiful slide tackle to recover. What a player he is. And the right back situation as well, Real Madrid has to sort that out. But in terms of their build-up play, amazing. I mean, coming back from watching Liverpool to watching this is just like day and night. And I don't still think that to have seen anywhere close of the best of Xavi Alonso. This guy, I believe his potential is to produce one of the best football in the world. And I think with time, he will only get better. This is how Enrique started at PSG. And now nobody wants to play PSG. That is just the truth of the matter. So Real Madrid right now, although they have lost one game this season, I think they have won every other game. No draws so far. All the players looking great once more. Carreras, Housing, Militao, and even Valverde today had one of his better performances. Maybe he might see out the season at right back. I do not know. Gule, as I said as well. One criticism I'll give to one player is Master Antonio. Master Antonio holds on to the ball too much. Sometimes I feel that there's a pass and he wants to do extra. Release the ball faster. There was one pass he could have given to Bellingham when they were on transition and he tried to dribble and he ended up losing the ball. I want you to release the ball faster. I also want you to go to Adidas Steak Store and buy the Real Madrid Home Away or Thought Kit. Go to our website, adicassteak.store, or message us on WhatsApp, this phone number above where you can get any jersey at all. Delivery is worldwide. Go and shop now. Unless your team will start losing like my team. So thank you very much, guys. What a beautiful game from Real Madrid today. 3 points at the Santiago Bernabeu. I mean, this is a Villarreal team that was what? I think they are third in La Liga this season. One of the best teams in La Liga. So it was not going to be an easy game. This season, Villarreal has been one of the best. The only game I think they have lost this season is the one that they lost away from home versus Atletico de Madrid. They have won every other game. So this was never going to be an easy win. So kudos to Real Madrid. Kudos to Xavi Alonso. It is not a joke to win this kind of game. Pardon my voice. It's not about Liverpool. I just have a sore throat. So that's why I've not even been pumping out videos efficiently in the last few days, if any of you have noticed, or even if any of you care. Well, if you care, you will like the video, subscribe and share. Like the video now. It really helps the video. It really, really helps the video. So like the video now. Thank you very much. And subscribe too. Now, going back into the analysis of the game, this boy, Mika Tautse, this was a talent that I said, why did Liverpool sign this guy? Or why didn't any big club look at him? Off the bench, what a shot. There was one volley he took too. I said, this boy, your eye, they para. They tear. But if you look at the stats, it was domination from Real Madrid. They had 69% possession. They had 3.56 expected goals. That is at least 4 goals. They had 26 shots. They missed 5 big chances. They created 7 big chances. So it was domination from Real Madrid. Let nobody lie to you. But they were just parts in the games. Not like prolonged period, but they were just those little parts where if time was not taken properly, Real Madrid could have easily lost this game or at least considered more goals. Like that chance I said in the first half. And I saw some people coming out to talk about, oh, that Vini thing was not a penalty. It was a clear penalty. Clear penalty. You do not launch into a challenge like that. I mean, Real Madrid, the thing I want to actually discuss with people is that I know they get a lot of penalties, but if you look at a club like Bayern Munich, they get a lot of penalties too. That is what comes from offensive play. When you are consistently putting pressure on a team, penalties come out. How many penalties have Real Madrid gotten this season that you say is not a penalty? The only one I would say is not a penalty, and I stood by it, was down against Marseille. And that one, people were still arguing that, oh, it was a penalty, this and that. I was saying, for me, it was not a penalty. But aside from that, I've watched all the penalties so far this season, and All of them have been penalties. Stonewall penalties. So if an opponent fouls a player 10 times in the box, a Real Madrid player 10 times in the box, they should get 10 penalties. It doesn't matter. Everybody in the team should play one penalty. All outfield players, or give them 11. Let the goalkeeper play too. It's all fair. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. There's nothing illegal going on. I love the way Alonso is now going about integrating Jude Bellingham. I just wish he was this smart with integrating Bellingham like this. But I think that Atletico de Madrid game taught him a harsh lesson. Because if you will notice, Bellingham was not called up to the England team. Because the guy is not still 100% fit. He's not still ready to play games week in, week out. His layoff was for such a prolonged period that I think he should be ushered into the team slowly. But then starting against your rivals, Atletico de Madrid, was just naive. And unfortunately, he had to learn a very bitter lesson in his managerial career, which I think might actually, in the long run, be a positive. He might have learned lessons that will help him for his Real Madrid career. I mean, if he builds a dynasty here, who knows, he can be here for 5, 6, 10 years. If he can win 1 or 2 Champions Leagues in between and dominate the league, especially with how good Barcelona is in the league currently. So I think winning La Liga will be a huge deal to Real Madrid currently, because there was a period where, okay, winning La Liga was great, but it was always the Champions League. And I think, yes, they still value the Champions League a lot, but I think they won that league title. Their rivals, Barcelona, are doing so well. And when both teams are doing well, because many times in La Liga, there's always a gap. You hardly see a La Liga title race that goes to the wire. Now, if this La Liga race goes to the wire to the last day and then you beat Barca on that very last day, I mean, beautiful scenes for Real Madrid. Excitement for Real Madrid. But back to the game. That first half, as I said, dominant, but that one chance was just what is lingering in my head. I think, what's their name? Villarreal had a better chance in the first half. And then the second half, the first goal came from Vinicius Jr. What a goal from him. Or was it in the first half that he even scored? I shall know. A beautiful dribble from him. The flick on from Mbappe, he dribbled and scored. As I said, a confident Vini is one of the best players in the world. I think he lost his confidence for a while. And I think Xabi Alonso, his player management has shown to be great so far. How he has managed the Rodrigo-Vini thing. Although Rodrigo has been like the suffering party, but I don't blame him. I don't blame Alonso at all. I blame Rodrigo. If you had a little bit of pride and self-esteem, you should have left Real Madrid. As I said, you are too good of a player to be sitting at the club. Now you are barely even getting a chance to start the game. At least at the start of the season you were starting, but since Vinicius picked up form, Vinicius is now playing 90 minutes. And Mbappe went off injured today. I hope it's not too serious. Maybe the brother doesn't want to play international break football. Who knows? My brother Chiomeni, I told you to fix up. And you honestly did better. You fixed up today. Your performance was very, very good today. I commend you for that. Kamavinga off the bench, as I said, was amazing. I mean, Kamavinga, we know how this boy is. We know how good he can be, and hopefully if he can stay fit, I believe he can fulfill his true potential at this club. Brahim Diaz, what a player. These are utility players, players that are very important for you to have in your team, players that you must have in your squad, players that can make impact off the bench but are still not good enough to be starters, but are still comfortable with being bench players. That's who Brahim Diaz is. Look at how Mbappe sent him out wide with that pass. Then he gave the cut back to Mbappe. Mbappe finished the goal. That is what you need from a player. And Brahim Diaz off the bench always has impact. So kudos to Brahim Diaz and kudos to Real Madrid for this win. This was a well-deserved win. And they go back to the top of La Liga temporarily. I cannot even speak properly. Many things are going on in my life. They go back to the top of La Liga temporarily, and they fully and totally deserve that. Congrats to them. Congrats to Xabi Alonso, who keeps improving and who keeps getting better. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do make sure you shop at the Adidas Steak Store. Like the video, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate you guys' support. 51,000 subscribers currently. What a run we are on currently. And I really, really thank you guys. Adidas Steak is out. Peace out. Wait, I predicted a 3-1 Real Madrid win. Let me go and check something.